everyone, welcome to this session number 365, 1 year. Today I will continue with this problem that yesterday I can't complete because I got an wrong answer. In this case is less one. I am trying to figure out what is happening here. Why always return less one, and this is for basically this, where result is equal integer dot max means that return less one, other case return result. Now the point here is that this means that in any moment this change in any moment this is not updated, yeah, and it's because max value is because it's never execute this point of this line, yeah. Do you see? It's not execute. Now I am trying again, trying to figure out what is happening. This basically say that we are not reaching this cell, yeah, basically. But okay, if we start here, okay, we have this code, we start here, basically is okay, the size is 1 in this case. We need iterate k times, or in this case if the size is 1, it's only one iteration. We remove this iteration, and next to is that we get the row, the column, the steps, and the counter. The counter means that how many blocks I broke before, yeah. And next to is I mark this node or this cell with this specific number of blocks broken. In this case is 0000, is saved and is marked as a visit, yeah. Next to is that validate is inside the range, basically is this, is one of these elements, yeah. Next to is validate if and the new position, in this case for example this, it's 0, in this case is true, and yeah, in this case this is ignored because this is true, and sync contains node. Okay, I see my error. Is this node, because node has been checked, has been updated here, yeah. This is the error. Okay, in this case I think that I need to create temporal I think that I can take the previous node, temp n it's equal node, yeah, the previous, and in the position 0 update to new row, come on, new row, here is new call, and steps, that is the next is +1, come on, plus, and the last is in this case I need to validate this, yeah, I think that I can move this here. Yeah, and ask this comment this object, and here I will get an exception. Morning, Sonics. In this will cause an exception because basically for the range, you know, I need to validate this. Now for validate this, it's only for this case. Not Java itself. I am training algorithms, you know, data structure algorithms. Currently, I am trying to complete this problem that is the shortest path in the grid with obstacles elimination. But yeah, at this moment I am using Java. I am Android developer, but usually every day I use Kotlin for work, but for study I use Java. But yeah, well. Yeah, I think that I recommend you that only focusing if it's your first language. I recommend you focusing this language. It doesn't matter the others because maybe at the beginning it's hard because in internet all the people say the better language is Python, the better language is JavaScript. Now you need to learn assembly. You need to learn whatever. And yeah, it's hard. If you try to attack many language at the same time, it's basically impossible. But I recommend you. I have 10 years working as an Android, well, as a software engineer in general. But I recommend you only focusing one language. Yeah, only focusing one language because basically, if you understand how programming and you learn how programming in the next stage is basically okay, now it's the same, the for is the same, the if is the same, the conditional, the loops, whatever, these kind of things is the same in other language. It's only changed. For example, I don't know, for example in Java is if, else if, and else, but in Python is if, elif, else. Basically it's the same. If you learn how programming, it doesn't matter the language, try to understand this and next to move to the another language, but a few months or even years after to start. Yeah, I recommend you this. But well, I will back with this. Here is for okay, integer walls. It's equal. Here, I need validate. I will start with 0 if it's valid. If it's valid, walls, well, basically I can apply this operation. Counter, Other case is only counter. In here I can replace by walls. Okay. The float, well, depend. In this case, I recommend you that start with simple cases or simple example. Yeah, but again, it doesn't matter what is the problem. I recommend you understand with the simple cases at the beginning. If it's your first time using the float, or using the double, or using the big integers, or these kind of things, I recommend you exactly this. Play with this simple example. For example, what happened if, do you know what is the difference between integer like this and a big integer, for example, or with the long? What is the difference? Yeah, if you try to put here, for example, in integer, integer dot max value plus 1, basically it's an error. Yeah, because this integer dot max value is exactly the max value that the integer can have or can save in this variable. Yeah, and when you plus 1, basically is out of the range and you need to use the long. Yeah, I recommend you try to play with these kind of things for discover, okay, now makes sense why the float, I don't know, save the long or too many digits or too many decimals, you know. Yeah, in this case it's an integer, but yeah, in this case, for example, when, do you remember that for the variables have the specific size of the a specific size, and the for the integer, I don't remember the number, it's a big number, but the integer have a limit, negative and positive, but have a limit. I don't know what is the limit. Limit integer Java. It's well, it's this basically where you only plus 1 to this number, and you try to set set this value in an integer variable, is an exception. Yeah, and you need to remember this. For example, limit float Java. For example, do you see in this case, for example, the limit of the float is less than the double, I think. Yeah, and even you can check here, the size of the float is 32 bits, and the double is the double. Yeah, basically it's 64 bits, can store more digits. Well, depend. If you are if your calculator is for long or very specific or very detailed result, like for example, I don't know, 8 between, you know, this kind of calculus, I think that the double is a good option. In other case, well, I recommend you only use the double, but if you are trying to learn the float, well, try to search one example. Okay, where use the float and where use the double. Yeah. 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 But usually when you are, I think that it's a good lesson to you understand what is the difference between float and double. Yeah, because for example, when you are using in the application or in the websites and these kind of things, when you need to use the coins, you know. I don't know where you're from, but when you use the coin or these amounts for concern to the money, you need to use the double because it's more exactly. Yeah, and but yeah, I think that you can try with simple examples and try to discover what is the difference between both, because at the first phase looks like the same, but it's not the same. Okay, now come back to my example. In this case, what is that? Temp n. This is wrong. Oh, no. I be back to my previous version. This okay, in this case, oh, I think that I can have this validation here. And ask if it's where it's not contained, basically is add in the queue. Why? Everything you said made more sense that way, probably. Well, I think that a few times the teacher maybe don't have the experience because you know, maybe have the knowledge, but the knowledge is different to the experience. And as a teacher, you don't have the time to work basically. And as a programmer or as a worker, you don't have time to teach. Yeah, I think that it's normal. Yeah, because in the final, the problem with, for example, you imagine that you have integer x it's equal 0.3 plus 0 plus 3. This should be returned 1 and why 1? Because basically when you set, you are making operation with the doubles, but when you set to the integer, basically you are casting to the integer. In this case means that the cipher is I don't know how to say this word, rounded to the top. In this case is 1. Yeah, and it's the same if you if you want to, for example, to say like this 10 between 4, yeah, between 3, sorry, in this case is 3. Yeah, the double should be appear, no, is 3 plus 3 blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's because you are making the operation with integers, but you are saving this result in a double. If the double have the quality to save this value, will save in this way. No, but do you remember that this is a number? You don't need, you use the double this. You don't use this, because if you try to print this directly, only return your result instead a number, you will get this string num1 plus num2 is wrong. If you are using number, you need to using the as a numbers like this. Yeah. Okay, now be back to this. I don't know what is my error. Why keep? I discovered that this never was executed because never reached this because basically all the time I was avoiding the operation, but now it's inside them. How? Uh-huh. For example, in this case, this node is related to this. Now the next step is this. We need to ask is this has been checked before with this condition: row, column, steps, number of walls broken. In this case, no, it's not contained. Okay, add in the queue. Yeah, I think that is right. Why? Limit, time limit exceed. Why? Okay, for example, if I start here and I validate this appear in the scene? No, where don't appear, basically we need add. No, because here is add. In the next iteration is add. I don't know what is my error. Do you know what? I am thinking that maybe the error is use this for validate the elements that I visit before. Sionix, do you still hear in the transmission? Well, this is very important. Okay, nice. This is very important when you are working with Java, for example. Do you remember that, for example, in this moment, I think my code is wrong because, for example, I have an array. It doesn't matter the data structure that I am using for this, but do you imagine that you have one list of these elements? Yeah, it's every element is basically one array. Yeah, you have these elements, and now I create a new array, new in blah blah blah, with the value of 0. Yeah, if I ask this value or this array appear in this list, in this case we are saying that yeah appear, but for Java are different. Yeah, it doesn't matter that contain the same value. In this case this and these are equal, but the object itself is not the same that this. It's the same with the string. For this reason, for example, when you are using the string, you can compare this comparison like this is wrong. Yeah, this is a wrong comparison. Yeah, because basically even you can compare this and a few times, well, in general you get true, but it's not the right way to compare. If you have, for example, a string x equal this and a string y this, I'm not sure, but I feel that if you try to compare x it's equal j, this I think that should be returned false. Yeah, because a string is an object, is not a primitive value. Yeah, and as an object you need to use a special function like equals. Yeah, in this case my code is, I think the error is because I am saving in this data structure. Basically it's a list that don't allow the duplicates, but I am using the integer an array, and an array I think that is taken as an object. For the reason, when I ask this number or this square has been checked before, always return false. Yeah, and for the reason, keep all the time transversal this map. I need to transform. I think that I will transform as an string, like private string hash array. Yeah, integer array, and basically is return new string. Yeah, and in this case is array in the position 0, comma, no, this, you know what, I will create a string builder. Is bit.append array in the position 1, and now this is basically comma, position 1, comma, position 2, comma, and the last is the position 3. In here, return is bit to string to transform this string builder as a string. Okay, now having this hash array, I need to put here scene.add. In this case is hash array, and I put this. In here it contains hash array, this, and here I change as a string. Because I did float addition plus. Yeah, for example, if you try to use this float, for example, it's equal 0, this is have an error. What do you think, or what is the reason that this is an error? Float is a number, but why is an error? I'm sure that this is wrong. Yeah, even without running my code, I am sure that this is wrong. But why? Because basically, it's like try to change this example for this integer example. It's equal 0.0 or this. I'm not sure if this causes an error. I think that yeah, because it's an set directly, and I am trying to set a double in an integer, and obviously it's wrong. I need to transform this as an integer, right? When I am doing this way. For this is the same. I am trying to put an integer in a float. In this case, it's only enough putting this. Yeah, only the F and the final, and that's it. It's the same with the long. If you, for example, have a long number, This is wrong. The solution at the L and the final. With this, basically you force to T0 convert as a 0 to long. Yeah? But your case is with float. Yeah? Like this. Try to do this, and I'm sure that with this will work. Okay, now for what? Where? Here is the one. Come on. Why? Exceed. It's for this again. It's for if you are trying to apply the add operation over two integers, you need transforming the integer as a float or the result as a float, like this. For example, integer a is equal this, integer b is equal this, and for save in a float, maybe is a plus b. In this case, I'm sure that float, integer to float, we have a one function, or maybe it's parsing directly. No. What is the float? Is force the parse. In this case, is only with this float, and that's it. It's only this, because for example, if I remove this, basically it's an integer in this moment. If I add this, basically it's an integer and parsing to add a float. Float. Yeah, basically it's this. Why keep running? I can't understand why keep running. Keep running. I don't understand why keep running. Yeah, sure. Okay, in this case, okay, this is another point. Let me put here. It's on this. Okay, I add the initial position with the initial parameters. I ask if it's not empty. I save the size that is one in this variable. I transversal or performance this operation size time. We get the value. In this case is an array. All row, all column, steps, and this. Now we need to ask mark this cell as a visit. Next to is to, okay, I am here, is move to the direction. To the left is it's right, no, because it's outrange. To the top is right, now it's outrange. To the right is valid, yeah, it's valid. This cell it's equal 0, yeah, means that I can move in this direction. Now before to continue, I need to ask this cell with this parameter, like steps in 1 and rows in 0 has been checked before. In this case, no, means that I can add. Come on. What is the error? I add the value. In this case, this is this position. No. In this case, I think that this is an extra. No, but what something happening here. Counter, what is counter? Counter is the previous, like this, and I've moved to this. Basically is this counter that is 0 plus this wall that is 1. Hello, 19 plus 7. I'm trying to solve this problem from leetcode. It's a hard problem, and basically the idea is that find the short path starting here and ending here, where you have the option to break at most k blocks. For example, in this case, 1 means that, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is the one path, or the other path is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is broken 1. Another path is like this, but this is longer. Yeah, and basically this is the idea. But right now I am getting an TLE timeline exit, but I'm not sure why. Because basically I start here, I declare the direction: left, top, right, and bottom. Left, top, right, and bottom. And I save this value in the queue. I transversal, and basically, okay, this cell move to the left, it's out the range, or move to the top, it's out the range, it move to the right, it's inside the range, and the value is 0. In this case is okay. Now the next step is array, it's equal new integer, new row, new column, steps plus 1. Yeah, because increase the previous, for example, is 0, and if I move to the other cell next to the original cell is plus 1. And counter, that counter is the number of current blocks that I broke to reach this position, plus 1 or 0, depend. If, for example, I am here and I have 0 blocks broken, and I move to this, is 0 plus 1 is 1. Yeah, for this reason I use the ternary operator. But I still since contains array, hash array. Sorry. What is the error? I feel that I am close to solve this problem, but I have this issue. What is the constraints? The constraints is basically this. M it's equal the length, and well, it's not a square matrix. M and N greater equal 1, minor equal 40. K is greater equal 1, and minor equal L. Basically, all the complete map can be as a block. Grid in the index I, J is 0 or 1, and grid in the index 0, 0, it's equal to grid in the index M less 1. Okay, in this case, always the start and the last don't contain the 1. It's the same Xeonix. It's exactly the same. Only change the operator and that's it. Oh my gosh! But I'm not sure why I still getting the same error. This limit exceed. Why? I don't catch why. Yeah, you're welcome, Xeonix. Okay, I will explain again this. Maybe with this I can discover the error. I declare the direction where the user, or in this case a pointer, can move. I have a hash set for valid which cell has been visited with the conditionals. The conditional is basically the number of steps and the number of blocks broken. Yeah, M and N, and we have the we initialize the direction with the left, top, right, bottom. Initialize M and N and with the lengths respectively. We have the result as an integer.max value because we need to calculate the minimum. Yeah, for the reason starting with the max value. Initialize the initialization of scene, and I have the Q for do the BFS. Yeah. Okay, now the next step is I add the first position. In this case, I'm sure that always is 0. Means that I can put only 0. Yeah. Because in the constraints mentioned that the first and the last position are 0. Yeah. Okay, and what else? Okay, I'm here that it's 0 and 0. What? It's for this. Next is that meanwhile the queue is not empty, keep executing. No, it's 4. Row, column, steps, and the number of walls that I broke. For example, in this moment, do you imagine this path is basically 1 step, 2 steps with 1 wall broken. But if I am start here and I move in this direction, it's basically 1 step, 2 steps with 2 walls broken. Yeah, for this reason I have 4 slots in this array. The last slot is basically even I say here how many blocks has been broken previously. Counter the current block or the current slot. Yeah, I am trying to do it the BFS. Basically validate this, and and move to the next, this, blah, blah, whatever. But it's not finished the code. Until this point is basically the BFS. I add the initial cell. Every cell basically can have, for example, if K is 1, no, is what is a ground example. Do you imagine that this is 10? K is 10. Every cell have the option to, you can cross for every cell at most 10 times. Yeah, in this case, for example, is 1. You can only cross 1 time for this cell. No, 2 times. Where 1? No, it's 1. Yeah. Now basically you need to reach the final for all the you need to simulate all the paths for discover what is the short, and here I am saving the minor value to the steps. In this case is the index 2. Sorry, I am a little slow today. But well, this is the idea, but I'm not sure why keep running. I'm not sure if it's for this array. Fix the time. Which time? What is time? the global step. Mm, yeah, I think. Mm, 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 mm. I really don't know why that works. Why keep? My only idea is that is for this hash set. But previously I had an integer array in the scene, but I changed to a string. On one for one, this 28. Mm, do you are saying that I will add all the time and here validate where before this if the node is contained, return, stop the this execution. Well, I think that is not continue, is no return, is continue. Okay, well, but I still having this less one means that in any moment the next that is this. This happened because I never reached this position. Yeah, but I submit for error. But well, I think that have the code. But yeah, I feel I am close to solve, but maybe I only I'm tired, but I don't see my error. Let me format. Okay. Yeah, but I don't see the error. Counter is the wall. What is walls? This is never used. It's never used. Now. Oh, this is not negative. This is wrong. Where has been checked before, I should be avoid operation here, but I get this sure. Okay, I think I am getting a different error, a different result, but it's an error. In this case, maybe my approach is wrong, but no, because if I only visit one time this cell, for example, this cell, and I reach for this path, I avoid this direction, yeah, and I think that I should be execute all the cases. Hash array. Sorry, I'll be back. Well, I don't see that error, to be honest. And I don't want to see the solution because I think that it's very similar, but I don't see the error. Oh, I think that I can avoid a few operations. Using the scene. No, 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 no. I have that idea, but it's wrong because I was trying to avoid that continue where you reach the maximum number of k walls that you can break. Stop it, but no, it's wrong because if in the rest of the map is free, well, it's an error. Yeah, 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 yeah. Counter. For what I am using counter for this? If counter is starting 0 and the maximum is k, that k is equal to this, that is 3, 0, 1, 2. Should be minor. Wow, I don't see the error. uh, but well, I need to complete this transmission. But thanks 19+7 for following this transmission, and well, I hope to see you in the next. Well, bye bye.